But there will be a recoupling and the boys will be choosing. So one girl will be dumped. Who do we think could be at risk, guys? Yinka, what do you think?
Do you know, I don't want to say it because if it comes true, I'm going to cry. And I think that Kaz is vulnerable and I love her. And I feel like Hugo might save Faye because I think they're better friends. And if Teddy and Rachel are going to hit it off, then what does that do for baby Kaz?
I feel like Kaz might be saved by someone like Hugo because Chloe is covered by, let's say, Toby now. So I feel like someone will step forward for Kaz because she's such a strong part of the villa. Like, I feel like they would genuinely miss her.
Yeah,
so I feel
Kaz.
like Hugo might like save her like Chloe saved him. Because I feel like he's not met anyone yet. And Kaz would just be such a loss to the villa.
Yeah, it scares me because then I think, you know, she's a little bubble of joy. Like she's so supportive and she's there with like all the chat, all the jokes.
And also like the number one champion of everyone. Like, you know when like Liberty and Jake came back from their date and she was like chatting with Liberty, they're obviously really close, those two together. I feel like she just win Love Island now. Let's just hand them the prize. And I feel like even the way she was so accommodating to like to Liberty, like telling her all about the date when she's obviously hurting from like walking away or like being separated now from like Toby. And I know it's only like early days and whatnot, but it's still quite raw. And like the way she was just like totally like still like just singing and like praising like Liberty and Jake's relationship. That takes a big person to do that and not feel like jealous or whatnot. So she needs to stay. We need to do everything we can to make her stay.
I was so shocked how well she handled the whole situation. Like, I wouldn't be able to handle it that well. She handled it like a queen.
I liked how he wanted more. He was just like,
that really annoyed me.
That annoyed me as well.
I wanted to give her a standing ovation, but I was just alone and it would have been weird. But she handled it like a boss. And even when Chloe was like, if you want to shout in my face, leave her alone. She doesn't have to give you any more. I think she handled it like an absolute star. And it showed, because I would have gone like, nah.
I like Toby, but I think even the way he handled it at times, like he was like, I feel like you want to say something, but you're not saying it. And I'm thinking, well, obviously she probably does. She's upset. It's like everyone kind of wanted a reaction from Kaz, but she wasn't giving it to anyone. I'm glad she hasn't because, like, from us watching it, it makes you respect her even more.
Yeah, and I loved that. It was just that thing of like, what? I feel like you want me to react to that. It was so good. Like, yes.
What do you think about the Toby and Chloe situation, Yinka? Do you think he's made a bit of a mistake?
I wouldn't say a mistake. I think if you like someone, they're not in there forever. Like, go for what your gut is telling you to do. Like, you should definitely shoot your shot. I just think that up until the moment when he was telling her that her reaction wasn't sad enough, and up until the moment where I feel like he wanted her to cry, he had me, and I thought, you're doing it right. You've kissed Chloe, but you know you're telling Kaz it's fine. And then when they wanted more from her, I thought, I don't know. I don't think that him and Chloe are the villains for it. They're in there for a reason.
Since they kind of shown the world that they like each other, they have been inseparable.
Yeah,
like, I've seen much more of Chloe and Toby together in the last 24 hours than I have of Toby and Kaz in a week together.
He's probably more into her. It's pretty obvious.